Hi, I'm Gonzalo Lira. This video is appearing on my channel, and it's also appearing as a guest video on the Coach Red Pill channel. Now, on the Coach Red Pill channel, unfortunately, because it's a guest video, you're going to see like a black box on the image with some text on it, and the audio isn't going to be particularly good. But if you go to the Gonzalo Lira channel, a link in the description below, then you'll find a pristine version of this video. And please go to that channel, to my channel, to the Gonzalo Lira channel, and subscribe to it, because you're going to be getting content 4 times a week. Every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at noon Eastern Time. For the foreseeable future. Now that's just a little intro to this video. Let me just dive into what this video is about. Now, yesterday, the Coach Red Pill channel was completely demonetized by YouTube. Now, this actually matters for a number of reasons. First of all, no more money. That's a pretty good reason, right? Yeah, because the money was pretty good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. For a hobby channel, sure. You know, but more than the money, there was the issue of the videos being shown to prospective new audience members. You see, when a video on YouTube has advertising on it, right, it's shown to more people. This makes complete sense because, see, if a video, a piece of content has an ad running on it, you know, YouTube wants to make money. So it's going to show that piece of content, that video, to more people, right? But if it decides that a channel's content is not going to be monetized, for whatever the reason, legitimate or not, I'm not going to get into that. If it decides that a channel's content is not going to be monetized, then YouTube has no incentive to show that content to other people, prospective new viewers, new subscribers. Of course not. So it's not going to. Therefore, a channel that has been demonetized, it's essentially a death sentence. Yeah, that channel will not grow. And the natural state of affairs is that people watch a channel, whatsoever the channel may be, but eventually they get bored of it, or they tune it out for a while. They leave it behind for whatever reason. Again, legitimate or not. I mean, people's tastes change. I mean, you know that, right? And so what happens is that, see, if a channel is not growing, but its audience is, you know, it just naturally starts to peel away, well, that channel has nowhere to go but down. It's going to die eventually, yeah? I mean, if it's not growing, it's dying. It's as simple as that. So demonetization by YouTube is a death sentence to a channel. And we've seen this in countless other channels. I mean, I don't have to prove this to tell you that this is how it is. So the fact that the Coach Red Pill channel is no longer monetized means that the Coach Red Pill channel is dead. Now, the Coach Red Pill channel had been not on a decline for a while, but it was not being allowed to grow organically by YouTube. I saw this starting in August. There was a video that I posted called "Why Nice Guys Attract Whores and Damaged Women." This was back in early August. Now, this video, when I put it out, it popped. It popped big. And there was a big influx of new viewers, new subscribers. I could see it on the charts. And I could tell that this video was going to be key, that this video was going to be a vector for the Coach Red Pill channel to have a whole new audience. And I was quite certain that the channel would eventually cross the 1 million subscriber mark because of that video. Not exclusively because of that video, but that video, it felt at the time as an inflection point. Because it really did pop. But immediately after, YouTube shut off the spigot. They just tamped it down. I knew in August that YouTube had it out for me. YouTube wanted to tamp down my channel, but at the same time, they were making decent money off the channel because it was getting a lot of views. I mean, come on, 60,000 daily views, that's a lot of views. And that's more or less what my channel was getting on a consistent basis. Not only that, the watch time. My channel had between 8 and 9 minutes of watch time per viewer. That's an enormous amount, especially for a channel that's not game related, okay? So my channel was extremely lucrative for YouTube, and yet at the same time, they didn't really want it to grow. or they didn't like the content, what I was saying. And well, then finally, you know, with the change of the terms of service that were implemented a couple of days ago, what is it, December 10th? On December 11th, they demonetized the CRP channel. There we are. Was the fact that the Coach Red Pill channel was being tamped down by YouTube demoralizing? Absolutely. It was extremely demoralizing. That sense that no matter what I did, the channel would not grow. It would not grow in terms of new subscribers. It would not grow in terms of new viewerships and number of views. I mean, I could feel it. I could taste it. That, you know, the channel wanted to grow. People were responding to my content. And it was incredibly demoralizing. And I'm not going to lie, after I sort of like realized what had happened in August, you know, September, October, November, and December, it's not that I was phoning it in. I've never phoned in a video. I've always been diligent about making quality content, irrespective of my mood or my feeling. But I felt that I was just hitting my head against a brick wall. That this brick wall, in terms of the limitations of the growth of my channel and the audience that I would get, it was always going to be there. That YouTube would never remove its foot from my shoulder. And that was demoralizing, no question about it, okay? I mean, extremely demoralizing. And look, I don't want to ascribe like motives to a faceless corporation, but I do feel that that might have been like psychological warfare on the part of YouTube. I think that they wanted that to happen. And I think that kind of like tamping down, stomping down on a channel's audience, I think that they recognize the effect, the demoralizing effect it has on a content creator. And I think that that's why they do it. Yeah? Maybe I'm being paranoid, but that's the vibe I get. But now with this new channel, I feel energized. Let me tell you why. Because I'm starting at the bottom. I'm starting with 5,000 subscribers. And just when I made the announcement, you know, the channel popped up to close to 10,000 as I'm recording this video. I don't know how many subscribers I'll have by the end of the week. I hope a lot more. I hope that you who are watching this on the old Coach Red Pill channel will join the Gonzalo Lira channel, you know. But it's just energizing me because it's a new mountaintop to climb, okay? You know, the CRP mountaintop, you know, I got as far as I could go, not because I couldn't go farther based on the quality of my content, but rather because of, unfortunately, outside forces that were limiting me. The YouTube was limiting me. And so now I'm doing this channel, this new channel, and it's exciting. And my goal, might sound a little crazy, but my goal is that by February 29th of 2020, which is my birthday, by February 29th of 2020, I'll hit 250,000 subscribers on the Gonzalo Lira channel. And that's my goal. And it might be crazy, I might never reach it, but that feeling that that's where I want to go, that's where I want to be, that's it. That's it. It's a new mountaintop. And there's the other issue that, you know, the Coach Red Pill brand, it was cringy, come on, it was damn cringy. It was cringy when I came up with it. I knew it was cringy, and I just wanted it to keep me on the straight and narrow of the kind of content that I wanted to create, yeah? But now that I'm realizing that I'm gonna have to leave the CRP channel behind, I don't really mind, you know? And I can just like, yeah, it was cringy. It was cringy. On this new channel, I'm going to be redoing some of the old videos that I did, especially the ones I did back in London, right? The ones that I put out in 2017. Because at the time that I put them out, I mean, they're not bad videos, but I can do better. I can do better and make them more concise and more, you know, on point, right? And so one of the things I'm going to be doing on the new channel is redoing some old videos, and I'm asking you, which videos would you like me to redo? In the comment section below, put the top 5 videos that you would like me to redo for the Gonzalo Lira channel. And I'll be happy to do it because, you know, I'm interested in what you want ultimately, because I have to respond to my audience. And that's the thing that bothers me about YouTube. They don't respond to their audience. They try to dictate to their audience and not respond to the audience. And I think that that's a huge mistake. It's a mistake that I don't want to be making. That's why I'm asking you. Put down the top 5 videos that I have from my back catalog, the ones that you really like. Not just 1 or 2, but like 5. Because that way, you know, you might like one that's kind of obscure, but some others that everybody wants to see, you know, and so I'll realize, these are the ones that people want to see, these are the ones that people want me to redo. And I'll be happy to redo them, it'll be fun. Now that's as far as the Gonzalo Lira channel is concerned. I mean, like I said, I'm going to keep on putting out content on the Gonzalo Lira channel. The question becomes, now, why is YouTube doing what it is doing? Why now, all of a sudden, it's doing these new terms of service, it's squeezing out a lot of content creators, a lot of big content creators like iDubbbz, for instance, one of his most famous videos, if not his most famous video, the Content Cop on Leafy is here, that got deleted from the platform. That's a part of internet history, for crying out loud. Why did YouTube do this? Why is it squeezing out its creators? Man, it's simplicity itself, because you see, YouTube doesn't understand what YouTube is. You got to keep it in mind, in every corporation, the top sets the tone. Susan Wojcicki, this is a woman who started Google's video sharing platform. I forget the name of it, but it wasn't YouTube. It was some other platform. And it failed. It was not working. YouTube, when it was independent before Google bought it, YouTube was eating it alive. YouTube was growing by leaps and bounds. It was becoming the video sharing platform. And Google, because it had a lot of money from ad revenue, decided to buy YouTube, which was a smart move. Because, you know, YouTube to this day is the second most visited website on the internet, second only to Google itself, to google.com, right? It was smart to buy YouTube, but it was a terrible business decision to put Susan Wojcicki as the CEO of YouTube. She's been the CEO from the beginning, from the purchase rather of YouTube. She didn't start YouTube. Remember, she started a different video sharing platform, and that different video sharing platform failed. And the fact of the matter is, Susan Wojcicki is there because she is the sister-in-law of one of the founders of Google. Okay, nepotism at work, baby. And she was put at the head of YouTube, and for a number of years, because of her previous failure and because of the obvious success of YouTube, she pretty much left YouTube alone. And her executive, the C-suite people at YouTube that were brought in by Susan, brought in from Google, they pretty much left YouTube alone because they didn't understand it. And it just kept growing, and so they left it alone. Because they've never really liked what YouTube is about. They don't get it. They run it, but they don't understand it. I, of course, can prove that instantly and very easily by pointing to the last two rewinds that YouTube put out. Rewind for 2018 and Rewind for 2019, both of which were just, you know, the most downvoted video in YouTube history was the 2018 Rewind. Why do you think that happened? Because YouTube corporate presented this glossy vision of YouTube, but that's not what YouTube is about. It's not glossy and spectacle. No, it's the interaction with the creator, the direct interaction with the creator. Because of course many people put up videos, their own videos on YouTube of whatever, you know, their children playing, you know, or the football game that they played or whatever nonsense, right? But content creators such as myself, what do the audience members, what do you want from my videos? You want that interaction with me and other content creators. When I watch iDubbbz, for instance, I want to interact with him because he reminds me of guys I used to know, his sense of humor and his approach to things, yeah? And I like watching his videos, which of course are DIY. Of course, that's the beauty of it, because it makes it feel, you know, that interaction, that human interaction. We don't want spectacle on YouTube. If we want spectacle, we'll watch Netflix, for crying out loud, right? We want spectacle, we'll watch a Marvel movie, but we don't want spectacle on YouTube. YouTube, it's about people. It's about that direct interaction without any kind of barrier. No barrier of like nice makeup and nice hair and special effects. No. I mean, come on, you guys have seen me, right? Sometimes I'm not shaved, right? And well, thankfully you can't smell me because sometimes I'm not even showered when I do the videos, right? But you want to like interact with me directly, yeah? It's incredibly humbling and flattering that you come to watch my videos, but that's the point of it. That's the point of YouTube, that direct human interaction. The last two rewinds that YouTube put out, right? The one in 2018, which was all hyper glossy, and it was distancing. You felt like apart from those people, yeah? Even the ones that you knew kind of well, you felt like apart from them, that there was no, immediate interaction. And the 2019, which is basically a countdown, it could have been done by, watchmojo.com or something, right? It was just a countdown, and there was no spirit behind it. It didn't capture the spirit. It didn't capture, for instance, the great dramas that occurred in 2019, the great human dramas, because that's the point. That's the thing that we love about YouTube, the human drama, the human interaction. YouTube doesn't understand this. And they are trying to turn YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, and her corporate drones. I don't know if calling them corporate drones is going to get me struck down. Oops. Anyway, and the corporate brainiacs running YouTube, well, they don't understand this. And they want to turn the YouTube into Netflix. They think that that's what people want. People don't want this. People want that human interaction. Now, I'm very aware of my role in the YouTube ecosystem is concerned. I'm basically like the internet dad or the internet uncle. I'm the guy who tells you things. A lot of times you're going to agree with them. A lot of times you're going to say, hey, I wish I'd thought of that, or I'd never realized it. And a lot of other times you're going to say, no, I totally disagree. Yeah? All of those responses are valid. All of those responses are you interacting with me. You agree with me, you learn something from me, or you completely disagree with me. That's why you come, and I know that. And YouTube doesn't want that. Simple as that. And so I'm starting the Gonzalo Lira channel so that I could continue to reach people like you. People who want to learn something, people who want to agree with somebody else, and people who want to argue with somebody else in a respectful and intellectually challenging way. I don't have a problem with people disagreeing with me. I never censor comments or whatnot, and I never will, because I like it when people disagree, because it's interesting, it makes me think. And I hope that the videos that I produce make you think. I'm going to continue on this path, and I hope you will support me. YouTube will certainly not support me, and like I said before, YouTube certainly wants the old Coach Red Pill channel to die. I'm going to continue to post on the Gonzalo Lira channel. Please subscribe. Please pass along my videos to anyone you think might need them. And this is an adventure. I mean, I have to admit that it's really exciting, okay? I mean, I'm really scared because I work damn hard on the Coach Red Pill channel. And I see that it's dead man walking, and I see no point in continuing it. I'll still be releasing videos on it, but the real videos are going to be here. It's exciting. It's a new mountaintop. Please join me on this new adventure. Take it easy.